Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey, working on my big, huge blanket again. So, I'm in my, almost done my second ball of the black and the white and the gray. So this is all I've got left of that one. And then we are going to be popping up with the pink. If I can find it here, it's behind me. Just one moment. So that'll be our next cake we're adding. And then the blue one, like this row here. And then one more of the black and gray to outline it and finish it off. And I'm going to be very happy with this one. It is already super warm, super comfortable, and it's not bad to work on. So glad you're here today. Let's get crocheting. Okay, so this is a granny square, just around and around. This is the beginning of the row. We are in the Simply Black era of this project, of this ball, this skein, this cake, whatever you want to call it. And we're just doing more double crochets. That seems to be my kick right now, is just granny, granny, granny. And that's a-okay. I'm in my granny era, and I'm wearing my granny clothes in my granny room. It is all fine by me. Oh. So this yarn is yarn I got at my local Dollarama. It's one of their brands. Knit It is the name of it. Multi-tone yarn. It has 415 yards with 380 meters in each one, and I've been flying through it. This actually works up super fast. It is acrylic, and it's actually quite cushy. It has a cushy feel to it, where the yarn feels like it is a bit more cushy. That's the best word I can come up with, really. I'm trying to search my vocabulary here, and I'm not finding any other words that really describe. It's got a very nice feel to it, where it's a bit of a, it's a softer yarn. It's got a good tie to it. It has a bit of a roving, some roving characteristics, like sometimes the yarn's a little thicker than it is in other spots, and then sometimes it's quite thin. So this blanket is just going to be a comfortable monster blanket. It's just going to be living on the couch. If you're chilly, you have a blanket to put on, that kind of thing. I just wanted something for the living room, because the kids keep saying they're cold in the morning and they like to have a blanket to cuddle up with in the morning before school. So I mean, I can't blame them. We just don't have enough blankets out there, or pillows. I just really feel like there's not enough comfort items in my home, and I want more. So I've really been putting this in there because I want this to be done for at least Christmas, and then everybody gets a nice blanket for the living room for everybody to share and use. It's not for just one person. It is a family blanket. Because why not? I just don't have any of those. Everybody has their own blankets, but we just don't have enough community ones for everyone to enjoy. I was trying to get a different stitch going with it, but my girls really love granny square blankets, and they really wanted one. At first I was just going to do each skein cake as their own granny square and then attach them together, but I'm kind of loving how this looks going around and around. The rows are really nice, the colors really lend out to each other, and like this yellow has, or this white has a bit of pink to it, and this has a little gray in this, so I'm quite liking the chaos of it all, if that will make any sense to anybody, but sometimes the yarn is kind of chaotic, and this is chaotic yarn. It's not fully chaotic, but I mean, it looks like somebody threw a little bit of the dye into the white, or it just bled into it, and I am actually super okay with that. I think it looks great. I really like it. Lots to explore with this yarn. It frogs pretty nicely. It attaches to each other. Okay, for this bit, I'm just going to have to take this ring off. It is just causing nothing but tanglies. And my camera sunk again. So we're just going to go here. So if you see my sweatpants, I'm built for comfort today, baby. All the way. I'm wearing sweatpants and a big poofy sweater most of the day, on and off. And I'm just going to embrace it not feeling well so I can get my rest and get better faster. I may not even go too crazy with the house cleaning this weekend. I might just spread it out through the week, because sometimes I come home and I can do a quick vacuum or clean a bathroom and just go that way so I can rest, because that is what I need. This cold really lodges in the chest, and I'm finding it tricky to breathe. So I'm making a concentrated effort to try to take deep breaths so I can force my airways to open a bit more. And I have a big set pack of Halls with me nonstop, so I can hopefully get past this faster. My youngest has the worst part of the coughing as well, and she had croup so bad that we had to call an ambulance a couple years ago when she was 2 and take her to the emergency room, which was a whole traumatizing, scary thing, and they had to hook her up to a breathing apparatus and put some steam in her. So when she gets a cold and it's a thick one and coughing like that, I know it's partially because she had that sickness, and we still have no idea how it got introduced to our household. But she got it, and it made her so sick. Woke up from a nap, unable to breathe. Her lips were turning blue. It was just horrible. Horrible. So I've got cough medicine for her and all that good stuff. Advil for the big one because she's getting sinus headaches. And we are just going to be lazy, and keep it super calm around here. Which is nice. It's nice. We could use that. After a busy week, I don't like my weekends to be crazy busy. Like, a couple things are okay for visiting and doing that kind of stuff, but I also want to walk around in my own home in my super gross comfy clothes, like, you know, the sweatpants with the holes and the stained shirts, that kind of thing. Ugh, not to mention, I'm just not feeling like crazy good. Like, food is not my favorite right now. My husband just tried to offer me egg salad, and I'm a big egg salad fan, and I just took one look and there's no way I could eat that right now. I'm gonna try to eat something simple, like maybe some butter toast or something fairly soon, but ugh, just made my stomach roll. Happened to me last night too. We had an excellent dinner, but I still was struggling to even find my way to the table, even though it's stuff I like. It was really good, and I'm glad I ate it, but getting there. I just had that apprehensive feeling that, you know, if I put anything in there, it's not going to stay. Anyways, I'm sick of talking about how my sickness, and I just want to talk about how nice this blanket is and how warm it is. So I have been working on this one on and off, like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there throughout the week, trying my best to put a little work into it. It doesn't take very long. The cakes take about an hour and a half to get through. So that's not too bad. So if I'm sitting watching TV or just relaxing, I'm able to get a bit done. Now if it was fingering weight like everything else, nah. An hour and a half gets me just a tiny bit through. But this definitely works up faster because it is thicker. And I am using a 5.5. Can you believe that? I never use these ones. I do like this one though. It feels fabulous in my hand. It's grabbing the wool, or the yarn, sorry. Misspoke. Yarn. It is acrylic yarn, not wool. I have wool and it is totally separate and different. Watched an awesome video the other day of somebody, a particular creator, took some merino and took some wool and put them on top of water to show how long, oh, pardon me, they can get wet without sinking. The wool just kept floating. The merino sunk after a couple hours, but the wool just kept on floating, and I find that so interesting, because that means, like, you know, sheep don't really get wet when they're out in the rain because it repels it, and that's kind of like ducks, and I think that is so cool. And it's just amazing how nature works, and I'm just astounded by it. I was absolutely just like, wow, that is such a good video. But to be fair, I do like yarn stuff, wool. I'm very curious about a lot of things about wool, and I'm trying to learn little bits here and there, because it kind of intimidates me. But at the same time, I'm so intrigued by the whole thing, like watching people spin, brushing out the wool and mixing colors, and I love watching that. I don't know if I actually technically want to do it, but I like watching other people do it. And I'm like that with a few other crafts too, where I just watch other people create and I'm just in love with it. I love watching people be creative, using their imaginations, coming up with ideas and all sorts of interesting options that could be put into my own crafts or just something to file away for later. Just so many options. Beautiful. So I have been collecting these cakes for a couple years now. My son bought me a couple, and then the next couple rounds that came around, he bought me a couple more. And so I had 2 and 2 of the pink and the black, but I could not figure out what I wanted to make, because, I don't know, I just didn't know. But I started the blanket, so I bought one more, which is giving me an odd number, but I feel like that's going to be the right size for this one, because it doesn't have to be like a bed blanket. This is just I'm sitting on the couch watching TV and I have a little chill and I would like to have a blanket on while I enjoy my day. And that is a-okay. I totally approve of that kind of comfort. And that's what I want our home to be. Comfortable. Full of comfort. Comfortable items. Items that make you feel at home. And I mean, a good granny square blanket. Oh, that just takes us back to a time where everybody had crochet on their couches and whatnot, and all sorts of fun colors and designs and all that good stuff. A simpler time of crochet being a lot more no, I mean, it's not that it's not acceptable, but I don't really like the whole beige lifestyle. I am a clutter queen. I like my clutter. I don't feel bad about it. I really actually don't. I have what I have because I either need it or someone in my household is going to need it. I don't keep that many crafting items. I have a few totes of some clothing and material bits that I'm using in other projects, and they are all going to get used and all that stuff. But I've actually refused some. I had somebody offer me some recently, and I know I'm out of space for it, so I had to decline. I felt bad about it. I really wanted to. I'm sure she had some gorgeous stuff in there because she'd been collecting for a long time, but I had to pass just because of my lack of space. I need a good crafting room. That's something me and my girls would really like to have set up for ourselves, is somewhere to have our crafting space, to do our thing, keep ourselves entertained, because we all love making things. Pictures, yarn items, paper dolls, kites, whatever you can think of. Origami. I've been doing some origami lately. Well, not me so much. I'm just helping with certain folds here and there, but my eldest has started looking at some origami pieces, and she gets me to help her with it, which is really nice for us to have something to do together. And we're just going around again. And we are going to be adding up the next cake probably sometime today, which is great. So hopefully I can get this done by next week. I'm hoping. I'm not really thinking it's going to, but there is a chance that I might be able to make it happen. And that would be super, super great. Here we are. And we are slipping on through this one here. Because this piece is just a magical, magical situation where it's just going to come together perfectly, and I'm going to be super happy with it, and it's going to be exactly what I wanted. A big, cushy, yummy blanket. Well, it doesn't have to be big, but long enough that I can cover feet to at least mid-torso. But on my girls, it'll definitely go all the way up and down, which is great. I was thinking about trying to make it into more of a rectangle over a square, but no, I'm going to leave it as a square. I'm not going to overthink this one. This one is simply to throw on the couch, to throw on a person who's chilly. It is not for fashion. It is not for glorification of my crochet abilities. It is for function. And it's going to be cute. The colors match so many people in this household that it's not even funny. My girls are loving it. Every time I pull it out, they clap. Yes, I wish I was... no, I don't wish I was kidding. I actually am not kidding. My daughters absolutely are crazy about this one. They love grabbing at it and trying to cuddle it. The smallest really likes it. She needs to get a crochet blanket. Grandma's supposed to make her one, but we'll see how that goes, because Grandma's having trouble deciding what kind to make her, what stitch to use, what yarn. And I mean, that makes sense. She has made a blanket for me, sister, but the little one needs one too, because she would really like one, and I know she would prefer it to be like a granny. She really likes the granny. So I might have to tell my mom that's what she has to make her, just a simple granny square. Round and around for her just to throw on over herself, because that is what she likes, and she thinks they're the greatest blankets ever, which is the cutest thing ever, because, I mean, a 5-year-old into granny squares. Can't go wrong with that. Hopefully she'll pick up my love of crochet or other crafts and go further down the road with them than I have. That would be really cool. I'd really like that for her. I think she would really enjoy it. The older one, she's been on and off with a loom lately, so we'll see if I can get her to work on that today a little bit. She usually likes to have me right there because she finds she tangles it a bit here and there. But we have a really long piece of yarn on it, so I would think we were getting close to needing to pick out some other colors to add to it, because it's just started off, it was white. I don't know what her plan is, but this is her first one, and we'll see what we get. She's thinking it's going to be a blanket for her dolls, which is so cute. I love that idea. Anyhow, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!